Now, they told us ICE was the problem and that sanctuary cities were safe zones. And now it's collapsing in real time. Because when ICE hits back, the Democrats can't protect their own chaos, man.
Having a really good time today.
Yeah, me too. I really.
What are you doing?
She's coming with us.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
I'm your Republican congressman. Now that we're in charge, we're rounding up illegals.
She was born here. She's a citizen.
I don't care. She looks like one of them. But don't worry. When she's in prison in El Salvador, she'll have lots of company.
Wow. Now, this is the propaganda that they feed into the public. Cartoon level propaganda, might I add. They paint ICE agents as monsters and Republicans as racists who deport based on looks alone. But if it's all just exaggerated fiction, why are Democrats out here defending real criminals next? Watch this. I think I'm playing.
Have here. Look, I serve in not just in Homeland Security, which is the committee of jurisdiction over these facilities here, but I'm also in the oversight subcommittee of it. And the idea that it is difficult to be able to get a response from the folks in ICE directors here. We just went and attempted to talk to someone who was unwilling to identify himself. It's really frightening for us, especially because we know that we have constituents that are being held here, and we have no way of knowing the conditions of our constituents, or even an opportunity to know who we're talking to here. Do you have a name of the person that's responsible and in charge here?
That I do not have.
This is really concerning. I'm going to tell you, we've been asking a number of questions. We have sent letters to you. The only thing that the gentleman could say was send an email. There is no response to our emails. There's no response to our letters. We've been here for over an hour, and there are people here waiting for their appointment that I don't know if they're going to say that they missed their appointment because they were not let in because they're unwilling to come out here. What assurances do we have that the people that are here are not going to be retaliated against because no one is willing to come to the door?
Yes, Congresswoman, I hear the concerns. We are attempting to get in touch with contact with some agents on the ground as soon as possible. I understand that the calls have been out there, and I rest assured the information is being communicated as it happens.
So when can we expect a response from you?
I don't want to commit to an exact time because I'm unsure of at this time, but I can assure you that we are working in the
Now, it was hard for me to make out what was being said on the phone as well. But what wasn't hard to make out was we have constituents inside. Y'all notice that? Think about it. She's not talking about American citizens. Or citizens, rather. She's talking about illegal immigrants. They're literally calling ICE detainees voters now. And if that sounds insane, the law's about to show up. Let's talk about the man running the operation. My God, good old Tom Homan.
Well, there's a right way and wrong way to hire workers. There are legal programs that bring farm workers in. Second of all, I've been saying for years, Congress needs to address this. But because Congress failed to address it doesn't mean we ignore it. I mean, it's illegal to knowingly hire an illegal alien. But like I just talked about a few minutes ago, worksite enforcement operations, just like at-large operations, we're going to base them on priority, right? For those, we have a criminal nexus of trafficking, of forced labor, of tax fraud or tax evasion. I mean, we will concentrate on work sites on a prioritized basis, just like we do at-large operations. So let's just go farm, look for illegal aliens. We'll prioritize those who have a criminal nexus first.
And just one quick follow-up. On Thursday, ICE told agents to hold off on investigations of farms and hotels, absent some other sort of criminality. Was this ICE acting on their own, and what is the
ICE was not acting. Look, ICE is enforcing laws enacted by Congress. Worksite enforcement operations is an important part of the work we do. Again, where do we find most victims of trafficking? Worksite. Joe Biden stopped worksite. They said they cared about sex trafficking and forced labor trafficking. Then they stopped worksite enforcement. That was a dumb move.
So what was that email from Tatum Kate?
It's a matter of messaging, proper messaging. The message is clear now. that we're going to continue doing worksite enforcement operations, even on farms and hotels, but based on a prioritized basis. Criminals come first.
Wow. So Biden removed them from being able to patrol, that is, being able to go on work sites. That administration. I mean, but there it is. The law is clear. You hire illegals, you're getting raided. I don't care if it's hotels, meat plants, Home Depots, car washes, Walmarts. No more looking the other way. And when the Democrats try to walk in like they're still running things, ICE isn't having it. Not even a little bit. I want y'all to just watch what happens when one of them shows up uninvited.
It's not a field director here. We seek to meet with the supervisor of this facility per our congressional authority.
So, this is a processing center.
Yes, we're aware of that.
And this does not fall under the category of a conventional detention facility. So,
this is a federal facility, and by law, we have the authority to make a visit. This is Congressman Davis, whose district this facility is located in, sir.
I understand. Let me complete
yes,
answering to your question, right? So for all congressional visits, we have been instructed to inform you that you are to submit a request to Congress, to ICE, at Congress to ICE at ice.dhs.gov.
There is no regulation that requires us to give prior announcement or to schedule an appointment. We are here by our authority, and we seek a meeting and an inspection of this facility.
I respect your request, but these are the instructions that we have.
So you are declining our request, the request of 4 members of Congress, sir?
I am not.
May I have your name, sir?
I am not declining.
May I have your name, sir?
Listen to me. Oh, I'm answering your question, sir. I am not declining. Rather, these are the instructions that are given by our agency. So, if you would like to request a visit, please.
We are here to visit.
Okay, I'm giving you
Nothing requires us to request. We looked in all the regulations around the operation of these facilities, sir. So I respectfully dispute what you are telling me.
I'm sorry then, sir.
Sir, Sir, I serve in Homeland Security, so, sir, you are denying members of Congress entry, the authority that we have, and that we fund these facilities. I want to make sure that that's on record. Unbelievable.
Now, this is, I don't know how you say the first name, Chuy Garcia was denied entry at an ICE facility. I don't know what the new protocols are right now, so I don't want to sit here and jump the gun or nothing like that. However, the law enforcement, he seemed pretty straightforward. I mean, and that's the shift right there. They used to walk like they owned the place, but now they're told to make an appointment like everybody else. I believe that they do have some level of clearance, obviously, but there are points in context that the officer provided that I'm not too well versed on, if I'm being completely honest. And while the left screams about transparency, some of them are putting their lives at risk. The next part is where it gets dangerous.
Go to the back there.
Hi, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News. Do you believe that posting the names of federal immigration officers endangers them?
Well, this was really an issue where they were already part of a public record by being in Department of Emergency Communications calls, so I don't think it puts them at additional risk, but it's also not an intention of the executive order under which those names were released.
So if it doesn't put them at additional risk, why did your office decide to remove the names?
It wasn't an intentional process. We've had primarily using local departments. We've had multiple people whose names have been there, but again, this is something new. We're reviewing it. We've obviously had some concerns from DHS about release of those names. They would still be discoverable, but that was not an intent of the executive.
Do you understand the concerns of DHS when they're talking about endangering federal immigration officers by posting the names?
I understand the concerns, but it's not a process that I would characterize as doxing. It was an unintentional release of names that were already part of a public record.
So would you agree with them that releasing the names endangers them, or was it just to kind of appease
I wouldn't
HSI?
say it was an endangerment process. I would say they may have some concerns. I'm far more concerned about the overall dynamic we have about unmarked, unidentifiable, masked people whisking people into vehicles. I think that's a bigger concern.
Okay, and
Thanks, everybody.
No, wow, y'all don't have a problem in 2020 with everybody was wearing no mask. So the Nashville mayor won't condemn doxing agents, basically, is what we just watched there. ICE agents' names were leaked. All the mayor says is it was unintentional. With a 400% plus rise in attacks against ICE officers, you'd think he cared a little bit, but no, he's not concerned. Meanwhile, chaos is exploding in the streets. You have to see what happened in Portland. This is reported from last night, actually. So yeah, let's stop it right here before we hear any more sounds that may not be suitable for YouTube. Now, these are fireworks, from what I can see. Y'all read me, right? These are fireworks. I don't see that as a protest, man. That looks more like a war zone. And yet the city officials call it peaceful. But it's not just Portland. The resistance is definitely getting louder and dumber, might I add. Watch how they confront ICE on the streets of LA.
What's your bad number, homeboy? You a bitch, homie. Straight up, you a bitch. I want to be fighting you, bitch. What's your bad number, bitch? What's your bad number, bitch? Stay inside. Do not move out. Bad number, you bitch. Stay inside! Do not come out!
¿Cómo estamos? Gracias por apoyar. Gracias por estamos.
Fuck you! It is illegal gathering. Have a war. It is illegal gathering that doesn't have a war. It is illegal gathering that doesn't have a war. You gotta get the fuck out. It is your neighborhood.
Again, this is now declared an unlawful assembly of the penal code. We are recording from the evidence. We can see your unlawful action.
Now, this was LA protesters harassing ICE agents. And this is what ICE agents deal with daily, on a daily basis. What is going on? Harassed, surrounded, recorded, threatened. These same people will call the cops if they got a flat tire. They'll sit there and scream, ambush ICE like there's some sort of revolutionary. But here's what they don't tell you. ICE is still doing his job. And I tell you, this last clip definitely proves it. 84 illegals arrested in Louisiana at a casino.
No, he scooted over.
Yep. So while the love cries on camera, ICE just arrested 84 undocumented workers in one sweep. Amen to that. Now, this isn't theory. This isn't drama. This is federal law being enforced. City by city, raid by raid. And no matter how loud the politicians or protesters get, they can't protect what's already crumbling. Y'all be safe. Please go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Thank y'all for all the birthday wishes and all the love. I really appreciated that yesterday. Peace.